There is a lie that has been whispered to men for generations. It is the lie of obsolescence. It tells you that once you cross the threshold of 50, you become invisible. It tells you that your value in the dating marketplace creates a steep, downward curve, that you are destined to be replaced by the younger, faster, and the aesthetically perfect. But if you are a man of a certain age living in the real world right now, you have noticed something that contradicts this narrative. You have noticed a glitch in the matrix. Women in their late 20s, women who are in the absolute prime of their lives, are suddenly initiating contact with you. They are bypassing the men their own age. They are ignoring the 28-year-old with the six-pack and the erratic schedule, and they are seeking you. At first, you questioned it. You thought, is she looking for a father figure? Is she looking for a bank account? Is this a joke? But the truth is far more profound, and frankly, far more flattering. What you are witnessing is not a fetish. It is not a fad. It is a market correction. We are living through a unique moment in history where the supply of masculine competence has plummeted among the younger generation, while the demand for it has never been higher. The modern dating landscape has become a wasteland of ambiguity, situationships, and prolonged adolescence. And in a world of boys who refuse to grow up, the grown man has become the ultimate scarce resource. She isn't choosing you because she has daddy issues. She is choosing you because she has reality issues, and you are the only one grounded enough to solve them. Welcome to the Aphorism Archive. Today, we are going to dismantle the cultural narrative about age gaps. We are going to look at the psychology, the biology, and the brutal sociology that explains why she is tired of him, and why she is finally ready for you. To understand why she is choosing you, we must first understand what she is running from. You cannot appreciate the sanctuary of a harbor until you have been battered by the storm. And make no mistake, for a woman dating in her 20s today, the landscape is a hurricane. Let's go back to when you were 30. You probably felt you were behind. You were still climbing the ladder, maybe you were newly married, or perhaps navigating a divorce. But you had a blueprint. Society expected you to grow up. You had mentors, fathers, uncles, bosses, who modeled a standard of masculinity that involved duty, stoicism, and responsibility. The men she is dating today, the 28 and 30-year-olds, are the product of a different cultural experiment. And for many of them, that experiment has failed. She has spent the last decade in the trenches of situationships. She has dated the man-child. Let's paint the picture of what she deals with on a Friday night with a man her own age. He is 29. He works a gig economy job, not because he is building a business, but because he refuses to adhere to a schedule. He lives with 3 roommates in a state of perpetual adolescence. His apartment looks like a dorm room. When she asks him about the future, he panics. He views commitment not as a foundation for building a life, but as a prison sentence that ends his fun. She has dated the dreamer. This is the man who talks endlessly about his potential. He has a podcast he's going to start, a screenplay he's going to write, a crypto investment that's going to go to the moon. But at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, he is still sleeping. He is all vision and zero execution. She is exhausted from being asked to invest in a potential that never converts into kinetic energy. She has dated the emotionally fragile. The man who crumbles at the first sign of conflict. If she brings up a legitimate issue, he gaslights her, or he shuts down completely, retreating into video games for 6 hours to avoid an uncomfortable 10-minute conversation. He treats his emotions like emergencies that she must solve. By the time this woman reaches 28, she is tired. She is suffering from decision fatigue. She has played the role of mother, therapist, life coach, and cheerleader for men who resent her for asking them to be adults. Then, she meets you. When she looks at you, she does not see an old guy. She sees an architect. You are a man who has already built the house. You are not looking for someone to help you lay the foundation. The foundation is set. You have survived the trials that the younger men are still terrified of. Consider the power of your history. You have likely been divorced, or you have navigated the death of a parent, or you have lost a business and rebuilt it. You have scars. In the animal kingdom, scars are not blemishes, they are proof of survival. They signal to her primal brain, this one faces the fire and does not burn. You offer her something the 30-year-old cannot, certainty. When you ask her out, you don't say, I don't know, what do you want to do? Let's hang out. You say, meet me at the Italian place on 4th Street at 7 p.m. Dress well. You have a plan. You have agency. You have a roadmap. To a woman who has been drowning in the ambiguity of modern dating, your decisiveness is an aphrodisiac stronger than any physical attribute. You possess what the Greeks called ataraxia, a state of robust tranquility. When she is having a bad day, when her hormones are fluctuating, when the world is pressing down on her, you do not panic. You do not make her emotions about you. You are the lighthouse. The waves crash against the rock, but the light keeps spinning. You have the emotional bandwidth to say, I see you're upset. Let's talk about it, without falling apart yourself. This is not daddy issues. This is a craving for masculine containment. She wants a partner who can contain the chaos of life, not add to it. The younger men she dates amplify the chaos. They are chaotic elements themselves. You are the ordering principle. You are the structure. And for a woman thinking about the long term, even if she doesn't consciously realize it, structure is safety. We must speak about biology, even though polite society tries to pretend it doesn't exist. We can layer culture, technology, and feminism on top of human behavior, but beneath it all, the lizard brain is still running the same software it was running on the savannah 50,000 years ago. Women are the selectors of our species. Biologically, they are wired to seek resources, protection, and stability. This is not gold digging. This is survival strategy encoded in DNA. When she is 22, her selection criteria are different. She is driven by novelty, excitement, and genetic fitness. Who is the best looking? Who is the most fun? She can afford to date the broke musician because she isn't thinking about winter. She is thinking about the summer. But as she approaches 30, a biological alarm clock begins to ring. It is subtle at first, then deafening. Her criteria shift from who is fun to who is capable. You, the man in his 50s, trigger the competence switch in her brain. You have resources, and I don't just mean money, though financial stability is obviously a factor. You have social resources. You know how to navigate the world. If a pipe bursts, you know who to call or how to fix it. If there is a legal issue, you don't panic. You have connections. You have established yourself in the hierarchy of competence. Furthermore, there is the concept of pair bonding. Younger men today are often struggling with attachment. They are terrified of intimacy. They view vulnerability as weakness. You, however, have likely loved deeply before. You have been married. You have raised children. You know how to love. You know that intimacy is not a trap. She feels this. When she sits across from you, she feels a man who is not auditing her for flaws, but appreciating her presence. You are past the player phase. You have sown your wild oats. You are not constantly looking over her shoulder to see if there's a better option walking through the door. You are present. In a world of infinite distractions, your undivided attention is a luxury product. Let's get inside her head. Because if you understand her perspective, you will stop feeling like an imposter in your own relationship. She is not naive. In fact, the woman who chooses an older man is often more mature than her peers. She is usually the old soul. She is the woman who, at 28, feels 40 inside. She has done the therapy. She has read the books on attachment theory. She is actively working on herself. When she tries to share this growth with a 28-year-old man, she hits a wall. He doesn't have the vocabulary. He thinks her desire for deep communication is nagging. With you, she finds an intellectual equal. She finds someone who has lived the books she is reading. She also wants your mentorship. This is a controversial word in relationships, but it is real. She respects you. And respect is the foundational bedrock of female attraction. It is very difficult for a successful, intelligent woman to respect a man who is floundering in life. She looks at your career, your discipline, your routine, and she learns. She grows by being in your orbit. You challenge her to be better, not by demanding it, but by modeling it. But there is a darker, quieter motivation too: exhaustion. She wants to rest. Not sleep, but rest. She wants to rest in her feminine energy. Modern life demands that women be in their masculine energy all day, hustling, competing, leading, driving. When she comes home to a man her own age who is passive, she has to stay in that masculine drive to keep the household running. She has to make the decisions. She has to lead. With you, she can finally let go. She can take off the armor. Because she knows you have the wheel. She knows that if she falls asleep, the ship isn't going to hit an iceberg. That feeling of safety allows her to be softer, sweeter, and more affectionate than she has ever been with men her own age. You are unlocking a version of her that the younger men never got to see. Now, we must address the elephant in the room. If this dynamic is so functional, why does it feel so illicit? Why do you feel the need to whisper about it? Because society hates an anomaly. When you step out with a woman 20 years your junior, you are violating the social contract of age appropriateness. You will face judgment. And she will face it worse than you. Her friends will whisper that she has daddy issues. They will ask if you are controlling her. They will worry that she is sacrificing her youth. Her family will be skeptical. They will look for cracks in the foundation. They will assume you are having a midlife crisis and that she is a temporary band-aid for your fear of mortality. She hears this. She absorbs this pressure. And yet, she chooses you anyway. Think about the courage that takes. She is willing to endure the judgment of her peers, the skepticism of her parents, and the stares of strangers because the value you provide in her life outweighs the social cost of being with you. That is not a casual choice. That is a calculated decision based on deep admiration. However, this creates a dynamic you must be aware of. She may be private about the relationship at first. She may be hesitant to post you on social media. Do not take this as an insult to your ego. Understand that she is protecting the sanctuary you have built together from the cynicism of the outside world. She is waiting until the bond is undeniable before she exposes it to the wolves. Give her that time. We have spoken about the positives. But the aphorism archive deals in truth, not fantasy. If you enter this arena, you must be willing to pay the price of admission. There are real, logistical incompatibilities that you cannot love your way out of. 1. The energy gap. You are 50. You have done the nightclubs. You have done the festivals. You value a quiet Saturday morning. She is 28. She may still have a biological need for high-stimulation social environments. If you try to act 28, you will look foolish and you will exhaust yourself. If you try to force her to act 50, she will resent you. You must find a middle ground, a Venn diagram where your lives overlap, while allowing her the freedom to live her age. 2. The mortality math. This is the hardest conversation. If this relationship goes the distance, she will be a nurse before she is a widow. You will age faster than her. When she is a vibrant 50, you will be 72. You must have the integrity to discuss this. You must take care of your health, not just for vanity, but as a duty to her. You owe it to her to be the fittest, healthiest version of yourself to extend your timeline together. 3. The question of children. This is the deal breaker. If she wants children and you are done with diapers, you must walk away. Do not waste her fertile years. Do not lie to keep her. That is predatory. If you are willing to start a second family, understand what that means, being in your 60s at a high school graduation. It is a massive undertaking. 4. Cultural references. You grew up with analog, she is a digital native. You have different humors, different musical tastes, different worldviews. This can be a source of friction, or it can be a source of endless fascination. You must be willing to be a student of her world, just as she is a student of yours. So, where does this leave you? You are a man in your 50s, realizing that you are suddenly a hot commodity. How do you wield this new power responsibly? First, do not be the creepy old guy. There is a fine line between a distinguished gentleman and a creep. The difference is neediness. If you are chasing her, begging for validation, and trying to buy her affection, you are the creep. If you are standing in your reality, inviting her into your world, and willing to let her go if it doesn't work, you are the prize. Do not pursue teenagers. Do not pursue women who are mentally children. The target demographic is the woman who has lived enough life to know what she is choosing, the late 20s and early 30s. Second, own your age. Do not dye your hair jet black. Do not wear clothes that belong on a skater. Do not use slang you don't understand. Your power comes from your authenticity. Your gray hair is a crown of experience. Your wrinkles are lines of character. Wear them with pride. She wants a man, not a bad photocopy of a boy. Third, be the leader. She is with you because she is tired of leading. So lead. Plan the dates. Handle the logistics. Make the decisions. But lead with benevolence. Leadership is not tyranny, it is stewardship. You are the steward of the relationship. Ensure she feels heard, safe, and valued. Fourth, be honest. You have the luxury of having nothing to lose. You don't need to play games. Tell her exactly who you are, what you want, and what you can offer. Radical honesty is incredibly refreshing to a woman used to boys who lie to get into bed. Finally, enjoy the Indian summer. If you find yourself in this dynamic, do not sabotage it with insecurity. Do not wake up every day waiting for the other shoe to drop. Do not ask her, "Why do you like me? I'm so old." That is an attraction killer. Accept that you have become the man you were always meant to be. You have survived the fire, and now you are gold. She sees it. It is time you saw it too. The world is changing. The old scripts are burning. And in the ashes of modern dating, the mature, established, self-possessed man is rising as the new ideal. You are not lucky to have her. She made a rational, biological, and emotional choice to be with you. Live up to that choice. This is the reality of the shifting dating marketplace. It is not about manipulation, it is about the equilibrium of supply and demand. The supply of grown men is low. The demand is high. If this resonated with you, if you are navigating this new world, I want to hear from you. Are you experiencing this shift? How are you handling the judgment? Here's my challenge to you for this week. Stop apologizing for your age. Stop looking at your reflection and seeing a relic. Look at the man in the mirror and see the architect. Carry yourself with that gravitas when you walk out the door tomorrow. Watch how the world responds. I'm the curator of the aphorism archive. Transform your relationships, elevate your communication, and as always, know thyself.